So today I want to touch on postmenopausal estrogen deficiency. Now, there's a lot of confusion that happens when you're talking about estrogen after menopause because of the ratio of these two hormones, estrogen and progesterone. What happens during menopause is you get a decrease of both of these hormones. So you get this major drop in progesterone. But if you look at the relative ratio of estrogen to progesterone, it's going to make it appear that estrogen is actually dominant or too high, when in fact you actually have an estrogen deficiency along with a progesterone deficiency, but progesterone is dropped more severely. So some of the symptoms that you may experience pre-menopause and post-menopause would be hot flashes, breast atrophy, vaginal dryness, and no periods. Now, of course, when you reach menopause, which is supposed to be at age 52, these periods are supposed to go away. But the reason I pointed this out is that women that are a lot younger also experience no periods, or what's called amenorrhea, and that can happen from a drop of estrogen. So regardless of what age you are, if you have any of these symptoms right here, it could be either a decrease of estrogen or a decrease of progesterone. In past videos, I talked about taking vitamin E for menopausal symptoms, and that seems to help in a great majority of the cases. However, what happens when it doesn't work? And some women take soy products or concentrated compounds in soy called isoflavonoids. The problem is finding the high quality source of soy that you would want that's non-GMO. But what I want to introduce you to is a very well-researched herb. It's like a natural bioidentical estrogen compound called Pueraria mirifica. Make sure it's authentic. You want it from Thailand. You don't want to get it from China because it's only grown in 2 places in Thailand. So make sure you get a high quality herb. Now what happens during menopause is that you have the adrenal glands that back up the ovaries. And don't neglect supporting the adrenals because normally after menopause, the adrenals are supposed to take on that added work. And also you don't need the same amount of these hormones because you're not going to be having children, but realize that the root cause of most menopausal symptoms is related to the adrenal. However, this herb can act as a helper compound to get you through this transition phase. Anyway, I put some links down below on some really good research on this. Check it out. Hey, if you're liking this content, please subscribe now, and I will actually keep you updated on future videos.